Making bee nests for wintering. When the queen stops laying eggs, the number of brood in the family decreases rapidly. When most of the brood is hatched and only a little sealed brood remains on the middle frames, the beekeeper starts to assemble the nests for wintering. Preparing a bee nest for wintering includes the following: removing the arrival board, covering the flight with a mesh to protect it from mice, and starting to disassemble and evaluate the frames. We remove low copper frames and those that have been freed from under the brood from the hive. Instead, we put in feed frames with a reserve. The sealed brood is marked and removed after it is released. As many frames are left in the nest as the bees can handle, arranging the stock so that bees do not have to move from one frame to another in search of food in winter. Insulating diaphragms are installed along the edges between the last frames and the free space of the hive. Insulating material is placed on top of the frames, and the hive lid is closed. First, let's look at which frames must be taken away from the bees, i.e., those that are not suitable for wintering. On this frame, there is honey only in small areas on both sides. In this case, a club of bees moving from the bottom up or from the front to the back may starve. The next frame has similar disadvantages. If you put such a frame for the bees may not have enough food, or if such a frame is among the full honey frames, the bee club may be divided. This frame consists mainly of pergas. It should be left for the bees in the spring to feed the brood, and until then, it should be stored in a warehouse. And this frame can be used for wintering. There is a place for a bee club in the center, honey on the top and sides, and dark honeycombs on the bottom, where bees spend the winter more willingly because they are warmer than light ones. However, there should be frames filled with honey more than halfway, at least on one side. This frame is almost empty, so it should be put away immediately in storage. In the spring, young bees will be hatched on it. But this frame can be sent for recycling next year because the cells have become too small.